Alright everybody, what is good? Back with another Star Rail video. In today's video, I'm finally gonna start the series? What the fuck is a series? I'm gonna start the series where I read the lore from outside of cutscenes and story. Before I get into that though, I'm gonna show you guys where I'm at with progress on this. Because it's important for you guys to know where I am so you guys aren't waiting. I don't really know who is waiting because, you know, like 3 people watch these videos, but still. Anyway, so in terms of simulated universe, I have all the Aeon devlogs, I guess you can call them here. This is what we're going to read today. We're going to read all these devlogs today. Swarm Disaster, Golden Gears, and Unknowable Domain, yes. In terms of Swarm Disaster, I have unlocked every single chapter here, as you guys can see. And I am missing one singular Trailblaze secret. I'm not really sure how to get it, but I'm gonna work it out somewhere. Golden Gears, I have got every single Trailblaze secret, so I'm all good on that regard. Unknowable Domain, I am struggling big time on Unknowable Domain, not gonna lie. But I have 13 of 20 Trailblaze secrets here. Now, as for collectible books on bookshelf, I am missing one book from Space Station. Wait, hold on, what? A limited research report regarding the Lord of Silence recorded by Klain. Klain? Isn't that the fucking little green guy in fucking Elysian Realm HI3? Honkai and Backthird? Isn't that small little green guy who I mistook for Mobius at first? What the fuck? I need to find that book ASAP. What the shit? Yeah, so I'm missing one in Outer Spaces. I'm missing quite a few in Varilo, as you guys can see. I am missing quite a lot in Zhenshao as well. Missing quite a lot in Penacony, but not as much as the other two. And then I barely explore Amphorius for the books. I've literally only gone for treasure hunting. So nothing on Amphorius. And then if we take a jump to my best friend Divergent Universe, which I've also been struggling on lately because difficulty / threshold 4 have been extremely difficult for me.
Peaceful days are like breezes carrying the scent of wheat fields.
Whatever you have to say, final bro, whatever you say, my guy. So in terms of the human comedy from the Divergent Universe patch 2.x, I obviously have all of the operational records, aka equivalent Trailblaze secrets here. And then in terms of the new ones for Protean Hero, I believe I'm only missing one, I think. Yeah, this one for Propagation, I think. I might be missing 2 actually, I'm not sure. Actually, I can check Galileo possibilities to check that, hold on. Equations. Yeah, I'm only missing 1 for Propagation, that's it. Yep, so as you guys can see, in terms of Simulated Universe, I'm doing very, very good on getting all the lore. But in terms of hunting for books, not so much, bros. But that's fine, that's fine. At least I'm making progress somewhere, right guys? I know the books are the most important part, but still. At least I'm making progress somewhere, right? Anyway, without further ado, let's read these Aeon devlogs because I'm genuinely curious about these myself. Alright, let's start with preservation then. Alright, devlog, oh, okay, they do call it devlogs, okay, cool, perfect. Devlog 1, related entry, the preservation. Clip of the preservation is the oldest known Aeon in the universe alongside Ouroboros the Veracity. I was once very interested in Klipoth, as the first 2 centuries in the Amber Era were almost completely blank. What creature is this giant rock/amber? Where did they come from? How did they become an Aeon? And why are they tirelessly making a wall? What? That's random. There are many questions surrounding them, but the answers are nowhere to be found. The IPC is doing too good of a job keeping Klipoth's information a secret. These people regard the Amber Lord as the one true god and allow not even the smallest transgression towards the Aeon. I didn't get any useful information out of the IPC. In contrast, the Intelligentsia Guild have a lot less respect for the preservation. Interesting. Alright, Devlog 2, related entry, the Preservation. I don't respect the Intelligentsia Guild, but I like them. They are also followers of erudition, but have none of the arrogance and temper of the Genius Society members. Why am I stuttering so much? What the fuck is going on with me today? They are also down to earth and answer honestly when asked. According to Cleo the editor, I have no idea who Cleo the editor is, what the fuck? The period between Amber Era 0 and Amber Era 180 was not as much a blank as the IPC had claimed. Many archaeological discoveries prove that Leviathans were still active in the early days after the Preservation ascended, which goes against the IPC's official line that the Dusk Wars ended with the birth of the Amber Lord. There is even a hypothesis that other Aeons already existed before Qliphoth did. I can tell that the IPC won't fund such research from a mile off. Using threats to withdraw funding, the IPC coerced the Astral Ecology School to give up on these archaeological projects, and that's why I'm no longer interested in Qliphoth. The IPC is just too annoying. Damn, bro, that's kinda crazy, you know? Anyway, Devlog 3, related entry, the Preservation. Do all of them just say related entry, the Preservation? What's the significance of saying that? We know this is Preservation because there's actually Qliphoth on the left side of my goddamn screen. Taking up about 60% of the fucking screen. Don't need to keep saying that Preservation every single time, but okay. I'm curious, how did the architects receive inspiration from their Aeon in advance to build the towering walls to resist enemies from the outside? After all, Qliphoth cares little for mortals, and observing living beings is a behavior more familiar to enter the Order. I suppose it makes sense for these two Aeons to have communal responsibilities. After all, there is some overlap between Preservation and Order. To tell the truth, I really admire Enna. They exude the glory of the old empires like majestic marble, which is also somewhat similar to Qliphoth. They both feel similar to Protector gods, albeit not in... What is albeit? Let me look up what that word means before I continue reading, because I want to ensure I understand everything as I'm reading this. Albeit meaning... even though... Okay. Where are we? I've lost track of where we were. Oh yeah. They both feel similar to Protector gods, albeit not entirely the same. Anyway, the fall of Tazeroth seems to be directly linked to the Preservation. I think only the giant hammer wrapped in divine power can penetrate the body of another god. It's just that there's so much more into history than that. I'm really struggling to ascertain the way Aeons fight. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, related entry, the Remembrance. There are plenty of mysterious Aeons in the universe, and Foley is particularly enigmatic. Nobody in the entire Genie Society and the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild knows when they were born. The Aeon of Remembrance had quietly appeared in the Annals? I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm gonna say Annals because the other pronunciation sounds like something else. Of the universe, as if they were meant to be here, as if they had altered everyone's memories. Foley rarely presented himself before mortals. According to video evidence, they visually look like a humanoid figure carved out of crystal. I can see that. With indistinguishable facial features and wearing a diadem with a curtain of pearls covering their face. That looks about accurate, yeah. The appearance of Foley the Remembrance always signals an important event is about to happen, but I think maybe the cause and effect should be flipped. Perhaps Foley only shows up to record that event in the universe's memory. Yeah, that does make sense, because Foley did appear right as shit was getting crazy in Amphorius. AKA, I think it was just before the Nikado fight, I believe, actually. Alright, second devlog. Fortunately, the one time that Foley's arrival was recorded was the last public appearance of Louis Fleming, the founder and lifetime honorable board member of the Industrial Peace Corporation, the IPC. Therefore, the IPC's archives preserved the... Bro, I cannot read today. What is happening with me? Jesus Lord, the one day I need to read is the one day I can't. Therefore, the IPC's archives preserved the complete recording of the Aeon's manifestation from the start to the end. Old Fleming was given a speech at the time and declared he was going to permanently retire from all official and unofficial events. Given how old he was probably tired of living. That's... Okay, I'm not going to talk about that line. But just as he was finished... Where did I get the word suddenly from? Oh, just below, that's where. But just as he was finishing the speech, there was suddenly a rainbow-colored light that threw everyone into disarray. Like the wraith that appeared in thin air, Foley the Remembrance had condensed into being before Louis Fleming. The human representing wealth and the Aeon representing remembrance briefly locked eyes with each other. Maybe they exchanged some words, or maybe they didn't. The recording didn't manage to catch that. Foley then disappeared and Louis Fleming returned and walked off stage, never to be seen again. Seriously, out of everyone who had to face an Aeon, that old man was the calmest I've ever seen. Even Screwthum's gear squeaked when he saw Naus. Naus is the erudition, yes. Naus Robot Boy? Yes, Naus is Robot Boy, cool. I just realized how much there is for me to read here. Fuck you know. Alright, whatever. Foley. They are really hard to fathom. I doubt that the birth of remembrance is related to that widespread and vast fall of the stars. That final wailing and screams of countless lives before their demise shook me to the core. Alas, it was all the doing of Ouroboros the Veracity. To be honest, everyone thought they were just a clumsy leviathan, like how Clipoff was thought to be an oversized statue. Who would have guessed that their body has multiple forms? What? Okay, that's something I didn't know. Interesting. I suspect that there is a dimension unknown to humanity under the dark tide that gave birth to them. Oh, and their abdomen too. It is said that no species can resist the lantern-like bait on Ouroboros' body, and that countless galaxies are already in their stomach, with only the memories of those that perish being left behind thanks to Foley. Damn, bro, remembrance is remembrance, bro. Oh, Elation, fuck off. I got one of your shitty portraits in Divergent Universe and it fucks my run over entirely. Fuck you, Elation. Actually, what does elation mean? Let's look at what the word elation means. Let's look at the word elated, because I see the word elated being used more. Ecstatically happy. Oh yeah, I see that one looking at your bozo looking mask, fair enough. The elation? Seriously? I don't feel elated when I think about Aha. All I feel is chaos. No other Aeon is as much of a headache as Aha. Aha has no sense of self-consciousness, is utterly unpredictable, does everything on a whim, and plays mortals in the universe like a fiddle. According to poor old Elias Salas records, Aha once turned a noblest worm into their emanator, and granted the worm fathomless intelligence, just to see if noblest worms could enter the Genius Society. What the fuck? Is that... what? Is this normal elation behavior? What the fuck? That's fucking weird. The answer was no. For the pointless experiment, the elation gave the entirety of their path's power to a worm that doesn't even have a fully developed brain, and then just discarded the creature once it had outlived its purpose. Without the Aeon's blessing, the worm died instantly and tragically. I don't know why Elias Salas recorded this in such great detail. Maybe he was shocked by this. What the fuck is elation about? Oh, elation, you're fucking weird. You're fucking strange, elation. You need fucking help. Jesus fucking Christ. It'd be one thing if they only reveled in toying with mortals, The worst thing about this monster named the Hat is that they won't even spare other Aeons as long as there's fun to be had. I obtained a large amount of valuable info from the Astral Express databank after I got to know the Express crew. What? Wait, hold on. I don't know if there's an answer to this. I'm gonna look this up online. Who writes these Aeon devlogs then? Because they clearly were a part of the Astral Express. The only people who I knew that were a part of the Express that I remember being mentioned was Mikhail and Akavili. Who wrote the... I can spell. Who wrote the Aeon devlogs in Simulated Universe HSR? Herta Skrullum and Stephen Lloyd. They created the Simulated Universe to research and better understand the mysterious and powerful being known as Aeons. Okay, actually, that does make sense. Actually, okay, fine, yeah, that makes sense. Alright then. Including intel on close encounters between many Aeons such as Kliboth, Terminus, Enna, and I don't know if it's Zipe or Zype. I might just say Zipe, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Unsurprisingly, Aha was also involved in these interactions between Aeons, but in a way that far exceeded my imagination. Aha wanted to trick Akavili and the Nameless, so Aha shapeshifted into a human and laid low on Akavili's Express for more than a year, then finally got the opportunity and blew up half the Express and an entire planet? What the fuck? If I was Akavili, I'd have wanted to kill her. Pity I'm not an Aeon and I can never figure out what they were thinking. What in the name of Toos? What in the name of Timbuk fuck? What? What? They stayed on the Astral Express for a year just to blow up half of the Astral Express and an entire fucking planet. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck are you, Alicia? You're fucking strange. Aha, no way. They are really eager to watch the universe burn. That explains everything, fair enough. This one is bound to pour more fuel on the fire. Things have taken a turn for the worse since the laughter of the elation resounded in the universe. How can 3 Aeons participate in crusade against the propagation in the same Amber Era? It's terrifying even to think about. No one knew what Aha had done. After all, the Masked Fool's praises are not to be trusted. Yeah, I still don't trust the Masked Fools, considering I don't trust Sambo and Sparkle. Although I do trust Sparkle in combat. Sparkle in combat is amazing. But I don't trust Sparkle as the character. The story of the gondola was recorded in the databank. But come to think of it, how could a mortal possibly influence a god? Seriously, right now, the most important thing is that Skrullum and I are already getting a headache. How can we stop the simulated Aha from reversibly effective simulated universe? Isn't there a story called something Gondola in Storm Disaster? I'm pretty sure there is. Alright, I'm gonna go toilet real quick. But to you guys, there won't even be a gap. It will just seem like I sort of just freeze time to go toilet. Because obviously I'm gonna cut this part out of the video. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. But for you guys, it'll be 2 minutes. Not even, probably like a second or two. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna be a disrespect. Fuck you lot. You guys are gonna sit here and wait. And you know what? You know what's worse about this as well? I'm not even gonna give you guys a timestamp of when I'll be back. Okay? You guys are gonna sit here in pure silence. If you wanna read the devlog while you're waiting, go on. But I'm still gonna read it when I come back anyway. Fuck you guys. Have fun breathing in silence while I'm gone. Guys, was that a good devlog? Was that a good devlog, guys? Did you guys read it? Let me know down in the comments if it was good, even though I'm literally about to read it myself anyway. Oh, yeah, I was about to read this, obviously. Lan, on the other hand, often appears before mortals. However, they move too fast, and very few observations have been made about their actual form. Most of the reliable information is kept by the Zhenxiao Alliance, and it took me a great amount of effort to get it. As one of the rare factions in the universe that is completely blessed by an Aeon, the Alliance stands on equal grounds with the IPC, which means the IPC couldn't help me at all. In the end, Ron May had to step in, so I had to step up to help. In the ancient Zhenxiao language, Lan means an unpredictable fog. Interesting. And the Aeon's formal name in Zhenxiao is Rainbow Arbiter. That's been mentioned before and I never knew what that meant, but now I do know what that meant. Cool. According to Zhenxiao natives, the Lux arrow of the hunt showed them the way as their civilization was about to fall. Guys, it's time to drink some water. Guys, this is your lifetime reminder to drink water, like I'm gonna do right now. Did you guys drink water? Good. How would you describe the Aeon of the Hunt? We can get an impression that the Zhuang observation station reports in Amber Era 2131. The astronomical observation system detected a gravitational wave and spatial disturbance left by an entity traveling too fast to be measured and converting astronomical distances. Lan is fast, guys. Whoa. Shortly thereafter, a flash of light cleaved apart the sky, leaving behind abnormal rainbow-colored traces. Half a unit of system time later, the entirety of the planet Zhuang imploded. The bad news was the IPC lost a planet in its business sphere. The good news was the IPC was out of ideas regarding the molting disease. Undoubtedly the work of Yashi, spreading throughout Zhuang. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The light permanently healed the planet and the patients on it. A race of immortal half-human, half-snake monsters. Interesting. This is the action and creed of the Hunt, for whom salvation and destruction are nigh indistinguishable. Their perpetual enemy, the Abundance, is the same, for they bring healing and torment hand in hand. Okay, how many eons are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of 18 eons here. Okie dokie. Alright. Frankly, I still don't understand why the destruction was born. Terminus to finality was already traversing the universe before Nanook appeared. Is destruction not included in finality? I would expect it to be. We know so little about the secrets of the paths. From the example of Zipe and Enna, we know that paths with similar concepts can collide with each other, such as order being included in harmony, resulting in Zipe absorbing Enna when the former ascended. It feels rather like survival. It feels rather like survival of the fittest. However, there are examples of similar paths coexisting for different lengths and times, such as preservation with remembrance and abundance with propagation. I guess perhaps our mortal conclusion about the paths are still not as high enough level. The true meaning of the path cannot be completely expressed with just one word, or perhaps there are even deeper secrets regarding the paths of the Aeons. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Nanuk came from a star system called Adlivium. Or Adlivian even. Why did I say Livium? What the fuck? Adlivian. Which has now been destroyed. Oh, I was just about to ask if we were gonna go there in a fucking future version. But I guess not. God damn it. Fuck, why can't I swallow my saliva? 1 second. My saliva does not want to swallow. 1 minute. There we go. Nanuk came from a... Oh, we already read that part. The birth of an Aeon was often accompanied by an anomaly that shook the universe, and Nanuk could probably ignited their own home. I got some information from the Astral Express on how Adliven used to be. It was a tragic world completely marred by the Emperor's War, and was unfortunate enough to be on the path of the Swarm's march. When Akavili arrived there, Adliven was still fighting a tense and endless war with the remaining descendants of the Imperator in Sectorium. What kind of Aeon would such a planet create? It is therefore not hard to imagine its eventual fate. Out of a dozen or so Aeons we already know, Terminus and Aha are odd, and Mythos and Fuli are mysterious. I am very interested in them. However, while Ix the Nihility is both odd and mysterious, I can't bring myself to be interested. Maybe it's because Ix is too easy to read. Interesting. I recall a story about the Nihility. Some people had once tried to assassinate Ix, or 9 if you will. I'm gonna call him Ix though. Those were the Annihilation Gang. Trash who were too scared to join the Legion but still wanted to wreak havoc with Nanuk. They had a mad idea about wanting to be the first humans to kill an Aeon. They thought Ix might be easy to handle because the Aeon is peaceful and thinks there is no purpose to the universe paths or life. So let me get this straight. The Annihilation Gang wanted to be the first humans to kill an Aeon. And you chose Ix because he's peaceful, even though Ix is a fucking black hole. Are these humans okay? What the fuck? Apparently, with the assistance of another Aeon, they really did launch their plan to assassinate Ix. As expected, nobody heard from this gang ever again. This story is pretty much pointless except for this. The Aeon that helped the Annihilation Gang was Aha the Elation. Aha thought these people had a fun idea, so they lent these humans their power for a while. Seriously, I can't get elated from any stories related to Aha. I'm gonna be honest, these stories of Aha are actually fucking entertaining, I can't lie. These are low-key funny. I like these. Also, Aeon of Nihility is named Ix, 9 in Roman numerals. I've just noticed the shape of Ix is a fucking 9. That's actually peak design right there. I didn't even realize that until, well, 2 years fucking later. Damn, do all of these have 2 entries? Why did Clipoth and Fuli have 3? But then everyone else just has 2. You have 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 1. 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 And then there's clip off. Preservation. Interesting. Well, I'm guessing with more simulated universe game modes we get, more Aeon devlogs we're gonna get. Speaking of which, the Lost Almost Unknowable Domain that came out in 2.6. When are they gonna make a new game mode for simulated universe, man? Fucking hell. Alright, abundance time. I can't lie, very controversial opinion. Would, if you know, you know. There is a lot of debate in the guild about whether Yashi is good or evil, and I think that's just people having too much time on their hands. Anyone with the slightest respect for the universe wouldn't apply our narrow definitions of good and evil to incomprehensible existences such as Aeons. Personally, I have an open mind when it comes to Yashi. I will help the Zhenjiao Alliance to sort out the abominations of abundance, but it won't stop me from genuinely admiring Yashi as a lonely and romantic existence. I don't know if romantic is the right word to use there, but again, I may just be bad at literature, so yeah. They travel between the universe with the Hunt and the Alliance in hot pursuit, both of which have sworn to destroy them, and yet they continue to bring enlightenment to the world after world. I understand that the Abundance had never taken a single life, even though those they come into contact with often end up with a fate worse than death. Yeah, becoming abominations of abundance, we're aware of that. Does Yashi the Abundance actually understand their actions and consequences? People across the universe hold polarized views on this. One party thinks Yashi does know of the consequences but does not care. Another party believes Yashi is tightly constrained by their path and cannot receive information outside of the path. I gave some serious thought to this question when I wrote the chapter on abundance in my book, How I Joined the Genie Society, and my final conclusion was, I don't know. We know so little about the Aeons. I wouldn't have placed so much hope on Simulated Universe otherwise. Apparently, Yashi had spoken to the denizens of abundance and their pursuer, Zhen Xiao. And I hope the Simulated Universe would be willing to speak a few words to Excalibur as well. Guys, I'm keeping my name as Excalibur until I get Saber's Light Cone, bro. I'm hoping for an early Saber Light Cone because I failed to 50-50 to fucking Yansheng. Oh god, I fucking hate you, Yansheng. Fuck you, Yansheng. Fuck you again. Fuck you, Yansheng. Fucking hell. Taser, the propagation. I don't know why Ranmei is so interested in them. Yeah, Ranmei is interested in them, huh? Ranmei put me through a good, I think it was 2.5 months of struggling against her fucking creation, the Star Crusher Swamp King. Fuck you for that, Ranmei. I love you as a character, but fuck you for that one, Ranmei. That was a piss take. Perhaps because they made such a ruckus with the swarm disaster they created. However, that creature is timid, slow-witted, and has no insight as an Aeon. Their mind is void of anything except reproduction, and even their descendants are the same. In the days before the fall of Taseronth, some had also attempted to breed the swarm and make it think beyond mere propagation, but it seemed to have been a complete failure. What? Why are people trying to breed them? What the fuck? Oh no, you fuckers are strange, whoever's trying to do that. What the fuck? Bro, they got some fucking insect fetish or something. What the fuck is that about? And don't you dare say it's for the sake of science. That shit is not for the sake of fucking science. Don't fucking try me. Them people are just fucking odd. What the fuck? They couldn't even put a shoe on themselves. Yeah, I wonder why. Look at its legs. I don't think you can put shoes on those kind of legs. They went so far down the road of propagation that just a little shiver could make the swarm throughout the entire universe start a frantic, endless self-replication. Seriously, why the overreaction? Since their fall, there are still an endless number of swarm rampaging throughout the universe, and they are really annoying. With the propagation's intelligence, they probably didn't have a chance to realize how pitiful they were. I was about to say propagation fell quick, I guess same thing. Tazeron fell quickly, just several amber arrows after their birth, leaving nothing behind in the universe except a swarm as far as the eye can see. The only thing confirmed by the evidence is that there must have been something behind the cataclysmic massacre on Lepismat. I'm pretty sure there's another book and another Troubling Secrets and Blaster about that. But I'm afraid that even the one behind the acts never anticipated for Tazeron to ascend to godhood by chance. Or maybe the mastermind just didn't care. Now, what else but an Aeon could have played such a conniving role? Also, I made another discovery. It seems that biologically Tazeron cannot be clearly classified into any gender present in sexual reproducing insect species. Does this discovery have any significance? It doesn't seem to, I'm just documenting it. Okay, whoever's writing this, Hardtard, Screwlum, Stefan, why the fuck, why? Just why? What's the need behind that? What was the need? There was no significance behind you needing to work out the fucker's gender. You fucking weird cunts. What the fuck? You man are weird, bruv. Now, so every genius's most familiar droid head. Before joining the society, we all met them. Even had the chance to pose a question. However, don't bother figuring the question posed by the author. Now said push the boundaries of data extrapolation to the utmost limits. Even today, it is still observing, calculating and pursuing solutions. Despite likely possessing the information of the entire universe, Naus remains unsatisfied. Naus maintains an unassailable position on the path of erudition. I venture to guess that as long as there is enough information and experience, Naus can effortlessly deduce every possible trajectory of all things and every moment within. A life where one doesn't even need to experience anything. Somewhat monotonous, I don't know what that means. Hence I find the limitations and challenges of the simulated universe rather more intriguing, as they provide room for our continuous exploration and creating breakthroughs. A lengthy journey lies ahead, doesn't it? Yeah, now we know that fucking Lycus, or as we now know him as Xandar 1 Kuwabara, made this fucking droid head, and for some reason was jealous of his own creation and wanted to destroy it for some reason. That's bullshit. I'm gonna drink some more water, guys. Drink water again. If you guys didn't just drink water, I hereby sentence you to your next 25 50-50s being lost. One large try to drink water before all your 50-50s are lost. Alright, good, you better be drinking right now. I don't know how I can describe the kind of shock I had when I confirmed this discovery. Every step we took was within the simulated Naus's calculations, as if they were the architect of the simulated universe. And we are data instead. I'm beginning to understand the entangled conflict between Mythos and Droidhead. That is a peak name that Arta gives Naus. Peacock's name. If all the unknowns are to be exposed, where does that leave Enigmata? In hindsight, Stephen Lloyd always wished he was not selected by Naus to join the Genius Society, but this may have been another calculated move by the Aeon. Stefan had no choice. Very, very what the fuck? That is a long devlog. Holy motherfucking shit. Zepe the Harmony, oh, the mother of the stars. Why the fuck did I say it like that? Am I? Whatever. They proclaimed harmonious hymns of celebration and united all wills as one. The family song spread to all corners of the world, and their degree of understanding, support, and synergy for the will of all creatures was beyond imagination. Or perhaps they were already on a harmony Or perhaps they were already on a plane beyond mortal minds. The ever-expanding harmony was truly worthy of human longing. The universe encircles and decorates their body like crushed diamonds, and civilization became a rainbow to be snatched in their palm. I am filled with curiosity about how they swallowed up order, and hymns of Zepe continue to spread and grow, occasionally overseen by ideology in contrast. Enna's harmonic songs seems to align within the three-dimensional framework, akin to an emperor maintaining, whatever that word is, order among all creatures, while there may be some overlap between their paths. The ancient order is enormous in size, and swallowing them would prove far from effortless. Among the eons, there exist countless enigmas that surpass my own speculations. Okay, I made you guys very, very evilly wait when I went toilet earlier. I'm gonna go get my lunch now. So I'm gonna end the recording here, but I'll make another recording and just put the two recordings together as one. So that my disappearance just isn't in the video, like, at all. And I don't have to make it two separate videos. So I will be back in maybe like half an hour, but to you guys it will be less than a second. Alright guys, I am back after having lunch. Let's finish off these final 4 devlogs real quick. Enter the Order. I quite like them. I don't mean their personality, since I can't get along with control freaks, but I can envision an ancient and romantic universe fashioned under their unique concept. Are you gonna explain that concept, please? The planets governed by Enna adhere staunchly. What does staunchly mean? What the fuck? Why are there so many fucking words in it? I don't know what they mean. Staunchly meaning. What the fuck? Is a very loyal, in a very loyal or committed manner. Okay. The planets governed by Enna adhere staunchly to established rules. Yeah, I must acknowledge that the various calamities in the cosmos were all hindered by Enna's guardianship, leading to extreme Can I not read? Leading to extreme efficient development of civilization among diverse planets. Interestingly, however, civilizations all eventually hit rock bottom because of order. The ancient planet that once I am not okay. Why can I not read, brother? The ancient planet that once fervently, whatever that means, worshipped order. The ancient planets that once fervently worshipped order would shine briefly before their total collapse. Okay, that makes sense. Didn't make sense in my head when I first read that part. Perhaps this is the path of those planets. During the era when Enna the Order protected the cosmos, unequivocal. I don't know what any of these words mean, and I can't be able to look up every fucking word. Jesus fucking Christ. Unequivocal splendor pervaded. I have no idea what any of that means. Whenever their divine traces appeared, it was always accompanied by the ethereal melodies of the Beyond the Sky Choir. The harmonious melodies, meticulously arranged within a three-dimensional framework, form a holy hymn of Enna's own voice. Reading that gave me a brain aneurysm. I didn't understand any of that. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ouroboros the Veracity. They are reserved and uncommunicative, occasionally resulting in unintended consequences when attempting to speak, such as inadvertently consuming their own interlocutors. I have no idea what that means either. This often renders further discourse unnecessary. Had Lois Fleming encountered Ouroboros the Veracity, he might have approached the Aeons with the intent to attract all wealth throughout the universe. Fortunately, Ouroboros has vanished without a trace. Undoubtedly, many individuals are likely in search of their whereabouts, and I am no exception. However, I choose not to indulge in tracking them down personally, and instead will leave that task to Ranmei and Screwlum. What piques my curiosity more is the relationship between Ouroboros and the the other Dark Leviathans. As Ouroboros stands alone as a sole known Aeon to have ascended from Dusk Leviathan, it is conceivable that they may still have a reaction to the Shattered Starbait. Interesting. Equilibrium and Mythos and Enigmata, yes. Guys, I know I probably said this like 5 minutes ago in the video, but I'm gonna say it again because I've been gone for like half hour, probably longer. Remember to drink water. Drink water right now, or all of your 50-50s in the future will fail. You'll lose every single one of them. And specifically 74 pity. I legally allow you guys to drink apple juice, by the way, if you want to. Anyway. Ho-Oh? I'm gonna call him Ho-Oh, because of the fucking Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon, by the way, I just know the Pokemon by accident. Ho-Oh the Equilibrium. They are one of the oldest Aeons. The reason behind their division into two halves remains beyond my comprehension. Oh, they split in two, interesting, okay. They separate concepts, splitting all beings into an interchangeable duality, thus fusing all positives and negatives in the universe into an equilibrial whole. They are always so symmetrical and so equal. If we were to rank them, those most sublime beings, only the veracity and the permanence can stand toe-to-toe with the Equilibrium's antiquity. Oh, and also the Order. After Enna disappeared, the Equilibrium's duties have only grown greater. Then how would Ho-Oh perceive Nanook? Interesting. Alright, Mythos, this entity. Also, why the fuck do you have staircases on your fucking body? What is going on with you, Mythos? Fucking hell. Mythos, undoubtedly the most mysterious among all the Aeons. I wonder why that would be Herta. He's definitely not the Aeon of Enigmata, which literally means mysteries. Or Enigma means mysteries, but still. No, I wouldn't believe he was the most mysterious Aeon. Whoa, guys, that's so crazy. This one is as destructive to the simulated universe as the simulated Aha. Oh, that's bad. In the rare handful of authenticated accounts, Mythos' form is described as a broken and torn jellyfish, akin to a deliberately destroyed version of the cognitive center of the human brain. I can see that. Their appearance is always accompanied by a fog of thoughts and rain of sensation. Symbolic objects dissolve like paint within their shadows. History, knowledge, and language are soaked, drenched, and distorted in the doolage? Yeah, whatever. Mythos wants to challenge the certainty of the erudition regardless of the consequences. Is it truly worth it to erase the past and distort the present, all for the pursuit of an uncertain future? Perhaps I can only hope to uncover more information about Mythos by digging into Remembrance, the birthplace of Enigmata. Alternatively, I can try Finality. Okay. That would be all the Aeon devlogs. Yeah. Nice. Honestly, I'm being very real. I don't really have anything to say on those, honestly. They were quite self-explanatory, and I actually surprisingly understood everything in those, surprisingly. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, people.